Hello, friends. Today's message has to do with temptation. I thought I would take a look at the scriptures that we would sometimes, or maybe most often, use during Lent, which is the temptation of Jesus. I think it may be helpful because I have found myself recently being more tempted watching so much news about what's going on in our country to form opinions, etc., etc. So I'm going to appeal to a principle which I am calling your inner wisdom to help you become more fully resourced to resist temptation in whatever forms present themselves. To do that, though, I begin with a story from my pastoral history several decades ago. I had been invited to join with other area clergy in an ecumenical gathering, which was held in a Roman Catholic campus. And so it came time for lunch, and we joined all of those who were having lunch in the school cafeteria. As I got in line with my tray, I looked at a basket full of the most beautiful apples I think I may have ever seen. But the person in charge of the lunch line had put up a sign, and it said, "Take only one. God is watching you." So I took my one apple and made my way down the lunch line. As I was looking ahead to what items of food I could choose from, at the end of the line, I saw a big basket of what appeared to be chocolate chip cookies. And suddenly, one of the students, maybe in the sixth or seventh grade, ran up and placed a hastily written note above the basket of cookies. When I got closer, I could read the note. It said, "Take all you want. God's watching the apples." So, with that story, I begin then this message about how to resist temptation, drawing on the lessons of Jesus in the scriptures. So, I began by asking you to consider your inner wisdom. What frames our inner wisdom largely are from the positive experiences we have in life. So I invite you now to take a moment and go back to a time in your life where you felt weak and vulnerable in a situation, but came out of it feeling stronger and more faithful. So as you recall such an incident, you are being automatically connected with the experience of Jesus in the desert. So here is the thing. I think there are three quick words, phrases that can help us recall what Jesus did as it is united with our own inner wisdom, coming out of a situation feeling stronger and more faithful. So three catchphrases are be still, be strong, and be steady. I think if we can use those to form a ready response to temptation as it comes up, we will not have to sit around and think about ways of confronting the temptation. They're already ready-made. So let's take a look at them. So Jesus stood firm. He did not rationalize or run away. He was still. I think it's human nature for us to do something different. And that human nature is captured in another phrase, when in danger, when in doubt, run and scream, yell and shout. The British Navy knew this well, and discovered a way of becoming still. So there was a whistle that would be blown when there was one of those situations where people would naturally run and shout. They called it the still. And when the whistle was blown up upon being in that situation on ship, all of the sailors knew what was happening. Be still. Be prepared to do the next right thing. Be still then leads into be strong. Jesus used his free will with dignity and was strong in the face of that adversity, that temptation. So as you appeal to that inner wisdom you have developed based on your experience, what provided you with that strength that still exists? And then the third, be still, be strong, be steady. Jesus relied on Scripture. I would invite you to select your own Scripture that brings strength to you. What is your comforting Scripture? So as you put all of this together, to be still, to be strong, and to be steady, I would say that you are being fully resourced to confront temptation in whatever forms it may find itself. So back to my story. I paid attention to that first sign and took only one. And when I got to the chocolate chip cookies, I took more than one, but it was okay. So I would say that for me, being still and not jumping and getting all excited about something, being strong, having that kind of scripture already in place that strengthens and fortifies me, and then being steady, just relying on my inner wisdom to find that strength, to find those comforting scriptures, and to put it all together, to be still, to be strong, and to be steady is a good way for me to resist those temptations in whatever form they come. So as we use this dynamic of our inner wisdom, it can be more broadly used for other situations. But I'm encouraging you to rely on that inner wisdom in more areas of your life than you may have to this date. So I encourage you to look for that inner wisdom, bring it out, and use it to be prepared so that when temptation rises, you are fully resourced to respond in the best way possible for you in that time. I certainly hope this makes sense to you and that you will go about your business in developing those resources of being still, being strong, and being steady. So may it be for all of us, folks. Thank you.